So can you give us an idea of what the conditions are like? You know, I watched the national news all day yesterday and last night, but can you give us an idea of what the conditions are like now? Is it still raining there? Are you expecting more rain, you know, the next couple of days, or it's starting to move out?
Yesterday evening, the rain started moving out of Houston. They were originally expecting that when Harvey started to double back, that it would actually come right back through the heart of Houston. So for the first time in several days, we actually caught a little bit of a break down here in Houston with getting the west side of the storm with it moving into Louisiana, and wouldn't want to wish this storm on anybody, but Houston actually needed a break, and we wish our brothers to the east of us, Louisiana, the best, because it poured, it dropped. The last time I heard was like 9 trillion gallons of water on Houston. I'm originally from South Carolina, so the hurricane I really remember most was in 1989 when Hugo came through South Carolina, and how bad it hit us. And this is on a whole nother level. I mean, when you talk about how big Houston is and how widespread it is, it's just unfathomable for me to just drive through all these streets I've driven through for the last 20 years and to just see how a city so spread out can just be covered by so much water. And my mind really just couldn't comprehend it. That being said, it's been devastated, a lot of devastation, a lot of flooding all over Houston. But I had to get out on the road yesterday to head up to the radio station and try to help out with some different things up there. And I was surprised by the way the roads had responded. A lot of roads that had been so tremendously flooded the day before, you had already seen the road conditions improve so drastically, and a lot of those same roads had already opened back up. So I think we'll respond. The thing about Houstonians, and let's go a little bit even more to Texans in general, is that they're just such a prideful, helpful people. I spent about half my life in South Carolina, half here, and in between spots, traveled around, lived in Colorado, Idaho, everywhere, and it's just, I can't tell you a more prideful, helpful bunch of people than Texans that are just, I mean, you really get goosebumps just watching people, just neighbors. I mean, with the way our nation is in influx, and you almost are sold that we can't coexist, you know, in this country at this point. And then you just see how race, religion, all of that just goes out of the window. I'd compare it on a national level to 9/11. 9/11 was such a devastating day in this country. But then if you remember 9/12, nobody cared about race or religion or political affiliation at that point, and that's what you're seeing. So the beauty in the destruction is just seeing the harmony and everybody just coming together for one goal, just to try to survive.
So were you personally evacuated, or was your house okay?
No, I'm on the north side of Houston in a city called the Woodlands. It's just right on the outskirts. And the north side, it got hit bad, but it didn't get hit as bad or anywhere close as bad as what you're seeing more on the south side of Houston or towards the coast and everything. So we didn't get evacuated. The hotel I'm in, we were on the first floor. A little water came in, so I just moved to the third floor. So I'll honestly tell you, you know, I was blessed in the storm, didn't lose any personal property or anything like that. So my goal is to just be one of those other Houstonians that's out there over the next months and years to try to help rebuild Houston, because, I mean, last I heard, it was over like $30 billion worth of home damages around Houston. So everyone's going to have to chip in. So my plan just going forward is just, you know, for me being blessed to not get hit as hard as some of these other ones, then I have to give back. And I think that has to be the mindset of not only Houstonians or Texans, but just America, to just really chip in and contribute. And I think that's what America has always shown anytime we get hit, whether it was 9/11 or whether it was the Boston bombings or whatever, is that you really just see the outpouring of emotions, and people are genuinely good in this country. I believe we get blindsided by the negative side of social media so much that we tend to believe that's the nature of our country.
Right.
But it couldn't be any farther from the truth. And I'm overwhelmed by the outpouring of support that you're seeing, where it started locally and then just nationally. I mean, it's really moving.